I'm going to be real with you for a minute. I've never really been into sports at all, with only a few exceptions, of course. But man, I freaking love the Winter Olympics. It's just so weird and odd, and it's just filled with a bunch of sports that you never get to see at all. And fortunately, just like every other sport, there's got to be a video game to go with it, right? So fortunately for us Saturn owners, Sega's got you covered with Winter Heat.
Winter Heat was a Winter Olympic-themed sports game created by Sega in 1997, just in time to capitalize on the Nagano Winter Games in the coming year, and was among a number of Saturn games to get the Segata Sanshiro treatment in Japan. The game was billed as a sequel to Decathlete, with the majority of the characters returning to compete in Winter Heat, along with some fresh faces. Yes, Rick Blade returns to conquer another day of sporting goodness. I should also note that I'll be taking a look at the Japanese version here, since it's the one I currently own and also the easiest one to come by. In past episodes when I've covered Japanese games, the majority of their menus and options have always been in English, but in the case of Winter Heat, it'll require some trial and error to know where you're going, but for the most part the game is pretty straightforward. Either you can go through the events in order, or freely play which ones you'd like. Right off the bat, the game already trumps Decathlete in the multiplayer department by supporting up to 4 players simultaneously, though it's only in 2 events, speed skating, short track, and cross-country skiing. Speaking of events, the game has 10 different events to compete in. There's much more variety in here than in Decathlete. While both games have their equal share of mashing more buttons, Winter Heat offers way more than variations on running, jumping, and throwing. There's downhill skiing, skeleton, snowboard slalom, aerials, speed skating, and many more. 4 events in particular, downhill skiing and snowboarding, and skeleton and bobsleigh, are much more involved than the others, giving you direct control of your character as you carve through snow and ice. This is where my few issues with the game lie. Skiing and snowboarding, while still being fun, can be pretty difficult to control. It's pretty easy to oversteer around corners and hit walls that you have no idea were there. Skeleton and bobsleigh are much more forgiving, but damn is it fast. It feels practically impossible to not hit anything during these events. Though when you hit a wall hard, it's pretty amusing to watch your character scramble back onto a sleigh. The true highlight here though is the cross-country skiing event. A frantic 2-lap race around a snowy landscape with large hills and hairpin turns. In multiplayer, this event is insanely frantic, with everyone trying to pull ahead of the pack and not get left behind. The game even starts to play some emotionally charged inspirational music to race to. Think Chariots of Fire but on skis. It's pretty awesome. With the exception of some minor gripes, I had a lot of fun with Winter Heat. All the events are very playable and fun, with the exception of slalom skiing. You suck. Much like Decathlete, Winter Heat shines as a multiplayer party game, especially with 4 players. And with its variety of fun winter sports events, Winter Heat outclasses Decathlete in every way. You're not going to find a better multiplayer sports game on Saturn than Winter Heat, a sports game that's fun to play no matter what time of the year it is.